All right, so today we are back looking at the XLM chart. Now, where did we leave off the last time? So the video was legit the last video right before this one, right? So price was hovering somewhere around here. I said we're going to go up, which we did, but obviously it actually sold off even more. Did a swing failure of these lows, tried reclaiming these levels, failed, tested it as resistance, broke through, then back tested this area as support, and now price is hovering back above the 786 and the swing failure level, and also the parallel channel, the local parallel channel bottom, right? So this channel right here is the current range. As you can see, right, price is at the very low. So what is the most probable outcome is for price to then go ahead and retest the highs. And I think we said it was around 7%, 6%. Let me see, go ahead and delete this. So yeah, I think it was about, 6%. So from this level here, I would actually expect a 6% run to the local top channel. Maybe 2.5% could be a nice little scalp. But if we do manage to flip this resistance, this channel resistance into support, there's nothing stopping me from believing that price can go up to 26%. Right now, essentially, I said the best setup would be to sweep the lows right here, and it would sweep these lows too as well, reclaim this level, right, which is the bottom of the channel. Now, I'm not sure why it looks yellow. I guess it is yellow. Okay, so maybe the old settings, but anyway. So yeah, so the bottom of this channel, sweep that, reclaim it and move higher, but it looks like price is doing that a little bit more locally. So if we were to zoom in just a little bit more, you can see this was a low that came in. Price came down, swept up some liquidity, back tested it as a double bottom before moving a little bit higher. So what you can do is, as you can see, there is a little bit of a trend happening here. So you can go ahead and pull these horizontal rays right here. And this is now the new trend line, right? So price will remain, right now it is bullish. There is a change in market structure on the lower time frames, right? We got the higher high, right? Because this was the, ready, look. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high, right? So it's higher than this, confirmed once this higher low has happened. So now we have a confirmed market structure change. It's actually confirmed once this high is retaken. So now we have higher high again, and you can say this is kind of developing into a low once again. I did do like a higher high here, but when you zoom out, it just seems like this is one action, right? So we would need to price to now react off this level, move up a little bit higher, and start dancing on this range, right? So right now, XLM is definitely more bullish than bearish. Like I mentioned yesterday, this falling wedge is a bullish pattern. It takes a little bit of time to break out, but when it breaks out, price usually continues to the upside, right? And is there anywhere where it did happen? No, but usually what happens is once price breaks out of a trend, it usually goes in the opposite direction pretty strongly for quite a bit, right? So as you can see, this is a trend. This is kind of a choppy breakout. I don't really like the way how this is looking on the chart. Let's see if we could find one on a higher time frame. Right. So we can see it right here. Right, that is a trend. As you can see, price broke out. It failed it a couple times, but it came back tested the line as support, and then impulsed higher. XLM is not really the best one to show these examples, but it does happen. Trends are very powerful, right? So same thing like what happened here. Massive trend, Price started breaking out, it consolidated and started to move sideways, right? As you can see. And then after that happened, you got a nice move up. Same thing here, right? These do happen pretty much all the time. Look at that. It tapped it 1, 2, 3 times after the initial high. Price broke out. And after it broke out, that was a 17% pump. Now, it doesn't happen every single time, as you can see, because right here, the trend has been broken, right? Trend has been broken. Price did go up initially a little bit, not much, but yeah, it's enough for a scalp for sure. It's 5% before selling off even more. And then now, breakout, boom, goes up. Same thing here. Still a trend at the end of the day. Draw it however you like. Just got to have as much touch points as possible. Price broke out and continue to move higher. And a lot of times you'll see this little back test happen before price moves higher. So where are we now? Right, bottom of the local channel. Let me go ahead and, right, because this is like a zone. Bottom of the channel, price did break out, consolidated, came down a little bit, back tested this area as support, but also back tested this line. And then now it's looking to move a little bit higher. We can get a 25% increase, 6% seems most likely. And then if you want to be a little bit more conservative, you can target 2.5% away, right? So at the moment, I am bullish on XLM until this trend line breaks. Once this trend line breaks, if I actually am not in a long right now, but I would be. I'm currently in a long actually on BNB coin, and I will tell you why in a second. So yeah, this is one I would enter if I had a little bit more liquidity free. And yeah, like I said, until this trend line breaks, I would just still remain bullish. Just like here, until this trend line broke, I remained bearish, right? So that's pretty much it for XLM. It's just very straightforward. Yes, we can still technically get a move down into these levels like what I showed before. And if we do, that's okay. We just wait for this price action to happen. And as long as you're using the right risk management, there's not really much to worry about, right? There's actually nothing to worry about at all, because that's just trading. You will not win 100% of your trades, okay? And I'll show the BNB entry at the end, but the next project I wanted to talk about will be XRP. So XRP is pretty much following the same pattern as XLM, but as you can see, it had a massive breakout. And by massive, I mean there's a massive trend line. It broke out of, it back tested that absolutely perfectly. If you wanted to go ahead and draw a trend line of these lows right here, whatever, you can. Swept the lows once, pumped up. It's a lot of liquidity. Came back down. It did a local swing failure, right? So if you were really watching this chart and you wanted to trade a lot of the swing failure patterns, you could have traded this, right? Failed, or like a failed auction, but swing failure pattern. You can enter it around this area, the retest, which looks like it's around the 786. Close, about golden pocket area. Anyway, so you see price tap the golden pocket before moving up. And then now it's looking to retest this key area as support before moving higher, right, for XRP. So this is currently support. And I'm going to line it up with this low right here. And I would really look at entering a long for XRP if we get a retest of these levels right here, okay? But yeah, breakout, as you can see. Also, this is a little steep, to be honest. I don't really like how steep this is. But price somewhat did respect it. I mean, I don't really like these angles. They should be a little bit more clean, in my opinion. You know, pretty much like that. Resistance, resistance. But then you have this massive, sharp sell-off. But I don't like that either. But yeah, anyway, so long story short, as you can see, this is a new range right here. I shouldn't have to. I'm just going to go ahead and do this anyway. So as you can see, this is just one of the levels, but let me go ahead and make this a little bit more clean for you ladies and gentlemen. So this was the low, initial low, and then here is the high. Actually, I like to use this. This one works better actually. Because as you can see, this is the 50% mark. Price respected it as resistance, 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 back tested it as support, broke out, and came to that little area. Because remember, like I said, this is a zone, it's not an exact number. So it tested it as support, bounced, broke through it decisively, and it's now trading in the bottom of this parallel channel. And with that being said, I would expect price to come back down, test this level one more time before moving a little bit higher. Right, XRP, there was news about some hack or something like that. It hasn't really been moving. It's just been pretty dead lately. But we do see big things on the way. This is a massive trend line, and I think we're just going to see something like this play out for XRP. And we might not even get this big retracement, right? So we can try to predict what it will do. So if price action does go there, maybe we end up getting a movement more like so. All right, before continuing higher. So that's pretty much the price action I'm expecting from XRP. And that's pretty much it for the stream. Very quick today. Just wanted to also show you my BNB entry. Like I said, I was. Let's see how that is doing. And I'll show you why I entered this trade. So BNB, we have a few levels here. So this is a weekly level, very important. Weekly open and close. Daily level, also very important. We have a trend line, right? So price did break out of this trend line, right? Came down, back tested the trend line and the weekly level and the 50% on the fib and also the VWAP, right? So when I was looking at this, it was doing this right here, and I entered right around here, and now I am currently up, nothing crazy, about 0.8%. Well, 0.63%. But yeah, I do expect higher prices. I am targeting the untapped daily level above, about a 3% gain. And if I really wanted to hold the trade, the next really major area of resistance, you do have a daily level here too as well. Yeah, this area would be the main target. And if you wanted to be a little ambitious, you can go ahead and target these highs, which is a very, very important high, right? As you can see, so this was the last major high of last year, actually. So for the entire year, this is the highest point in 2023. So I would actually expect price to try to test that level again at some point this year. But that's the reason why I entered this BNB long. Trendline break, 50% fib, VWAP, weekly level. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 confluences all at once. So that's enough for me to enter the trade. We're going to see how this plays out. Once we go up about 2%, I'll take out half of the position, secure the 1% gain, let the other ride, and that's it. It's not about making massive trades. It's about making small trades consistently. So this way you can compound and grow your account over time. You know, we did some calculations, and I think if you start with $1,000 and you make 6% increase in your account per week for one entire year, it's about a 21x. So you don't have to be greedy. You can do 1% trades a week, or 2% trades, 6% trade, and that's being pretty conservative. I'm sure a lot of people are doing more than 6% a week, but when you think about it that way, you could 21x your account doing 6% gains per week for the entire year. Obviously, you're going to have your ups and downs, your losses, but hopefully there's going to be some weeks throughout the year that makes up for the difference, right? So yeah, also, with BNB, I can go ahead and draw a little trend line here as well. Let's go here. That looks a little bit better. So we're price tapped it once, 2, 3 times already. So just like XLM, I am bullish until this trend line breaks, right? Bullish until the trend line breaks, and it's pretty close to breaking right now, but I become very bearish if this level breaks, right? So I'll be a little concerned if this level breaks. I'm no longer bullish, just watching it. But I become bearish once this level breaks, and definitely once these lows are taken, because that means we're going to be looking for lower prices. And the next major area of liquidity will be below these lows, which is technically inside of this channel. And then you're talking about maybe retesting the 50% of this channel, about 0.0897, or even worst case scenario, the bottom at 0.07, which would be a good back to buy, obviously, but we obviously want to see prices go up, not down. All right, well, thank you for joining. We're going to see how all of these trades play out. And by all, I mean my BNB trade, but we will also see how XLM plays out. And I'll see how BNB plays out. Currently being rejected for the past 2 hours, so we'll see. Once we flip this level on BNB, then there's definitely should be continuation to the upside, right? So that's what I am looking for. All right, well, thank you for joining. Like and subscribe. Follow me on X. I post a lot of updates. Only 86 followers, trying to get to 100. Yeah, so this is actually the avalanche trade earlier. So as I said, targeting 5%, entered somewhere around here. And if I look at the next post, I did take my profits, but I believe I did say something else. I thought I did say something else. Anyway, yeah, so I took profits after this pump. I think it was somewhere around here. Took 1%, let the other ride. Came, got stopped out, and then price ended up actually moving a lot higher after I got stopped out down here. But that's okay, I already secured the gains. But if I was paying attention, I would have re-entered here, especially after seeing the bullish reaction from these levels, right? We can even just look at that for a split second since I'm already on here and see, there you go. So the best opportunity for me to re-enter would have been off this reaction. All right, well, thanks again for watching, and like and subscribe, like I said, and look forward to doing another video for you tomorrow. Take care.